I do want to give credit where due to Daniel Jones, because a couple of the plays that I saw him make this today, I saw him convert. I think it was a 17-yard run on the ground. I want to say it was something of that nature.
Yep.
And so I will say my comment about their competition, that is not to take away anything from Daniel Jones, and I don't think that he's suddenly going to fall apart when they have to play more stiff competition. But I will say, I always find it dangerous to talk about Super Bowl competition when you're beaten, because again, if you're going to go into the playoffs and you're going to compete for the AFC Championship, are you going to face the Tennessee Titans? My guess is no. So
no way.
So that's my. I'm not going to say I'm not going to call them pretenders, but I'm going to say my guy Colin Cowherd has that game buy, sell, or hold. I'm going to hold on the Colts for now.
I think that is the right move. Let me see. Let me pull up.
Because also too, like when you think about it, through 3 weeks. Now listen, 3-0 is 3-0, but still through 3 weeks, they've played a god awful Miami Dolphins team.
I couldn't remember who the other opponents were.
Yeah, they've played a stuttering Broncos team that probably should have won that game if it wasn't for the leverage penalty, and then they destroyed the Titans. But let's be honest, like, I mean, the Browns and Titans could go to war. The Browns could probably destroy the Titans. Like, it's. So
the Titans just. The Browns just beat the freaking Packers.
Like it's like So as much as see, people are getting like, and listen, now Daniel Jones is finally becoming the quarterback that had promise out of college and why he was a top 10 pick, whatever. At that time a reach, but still a top 10 pick.
Right.
But I don't want people to get blinded by the fact that, like, it's been 3 weeks. It's now through 3 weeks. Are they the best team in the AFC? Hell yeah, by a good bit. But the problem is that it's 3 weeks, and really 2 of those games have been against god awful competition that should be relegated to the XFL, or sorry, the UFL. So I like them. I like what they're doing. I love Shane Steichen. If you would have told me, like I said, if you would have told me, 3 years ago that Shane Steichen would be fixing Daniel Jones, I would have said you're crazy. But it's just, I look at that team and I go, wow, they're good. Daniel Jones is really good right now. Jonathan Taylor looks great. Finally, like after having a couple of years of a little bit of injuries, but last year he was pretty good. This year now he's looking great through 3 weeks, but it is 3 weeks, and it's like look, they've got the Rams next week. They got the Raiders, the Cardinals, but they got in the next 4 weeks, 2 of those 4 games are on the road, and actually they're both in LA. They're both in the same stadium. It's Rams and it's Chargers. So, and those 2 games, those 2 teams to me are way better than they are like on paper. So, to me, when I look at that, those 2 games will tell me, because the Cardinals game is not going to tell me much. The Raiders game is not going to tell me much, win or lose. Those 2 games will tell me, and especially because that's already 7 weeks in. So if they end up being 5-2, then I'm like, okay, we can pause a little bit. If they end up being 6-1 or better, then it's like, oh, okay, the Colts are for real. So it's like, because then after that, when you look at their schedule, it's really not a hard schedule. You can only play what you can play, but they're not playing the Ravens at any point this year. They're not playing the Bills. They're playing the Chiefs in Kansas City in November, right around Thanksgiving. So that's going to be a big game if the Chiefs are somehow find their way out of the muck. But Seahawks later on, that could be a kind of a closer game than we think. So there's a couple games here that will tell us what they really are. Like, they could easily end up being a Vikings situation where it's like Daniel Jones could look like Sam Darnold, and last year, because he's got all these weapons around him. They got the line, they've got the running back, they've got the receivers, they have a decent defense, not the greatest, but a decent defense. Like, they've got the head coach that knows how to play to his offensive strengths. All this just like the Vikings. But what was one thing the Vikings had a problem with? one-score games and couldn't get it done against real teams when it mattered. So, we have to pause on it. But through 3 weeks, they are definitely the best team in the AFC. So that's important to note.